In a quiet neighborhood where conformity was the unspoken rule, one homeowner stood out, not because of loud parties or messy yards, but because of something extraordinary. Behind their fence stretched rows of grapevines, climbing in neat, green lines. The backyard had transformed into a miniature vineyard, complete with trellises and a stone pathway leading through the lush plants. For neighbors, it looked like a piece of the countryside tucked into suburbia. For the HOA, however, it was a target. At first, the board tried polite warnings, sending letters that used vague terms like unsightly landscaping and unapproved structures. The homeowner read every line carefully and quickly realized the truth: nothing in the bylaws prohibited grapevines. It wasn't a violation, it was simply a matter of taste. The HOA didn't like individuality, and the vineyard had become a symbol of it. Frustrated that their letters had no effect, the board escalated. They filed formal complaints, calling the vines illegal agriculture. They even held a closed-door meeting where they voted to pursue harsher action. Their solution was simple and dramatic: call the police. To them, this would intimidate the homeowner into compliance. One warm afternoon, flashing lights broke the calm as a patrol car pulled into the street. Curious neighbors peeked through blinds and cracked open doors, eager to witness what the HOA described as an unlawful vineyard operation. The board president, full of confidence, walked right up to the officers and began detailing the supposed violations. But what they didn't know was that the homeowner had prepared for this exact confrontation. Calmly, without hesitation, they met the officers at the gate. In their hand was a neatly organized folder: state documents, permits, and professional certifications. They weren't just a hobby gardener. They were a licensed winemaker, recognized by state authorities, operating fully within the law. The officers scanned the paperwork, exchanged glances, and nodded. The mood shifted immediately. Instead of citing the homeowner, they turned toward the HOA president. With firm voices, they explained that no laws had been broken, that the vineyard was completely legal, and that filing false or frivolous complaints could itself be considered misuse of police resources. The smugness drained from the board members' faces, replaced with an awkward silence. To make matters worse for the HOA, one officer chuckled and remarked that the vineyard was impressive, even asking when the first batch of wine might be bottled. The homeowner simply smiled, while the HOA president tried to retreat from the spotlight of embarrassment. Word of the incident spread quickly. What the HOA had tried to portray as